All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to another Sailing Doodles podcast. So we are here in the Bahamas right now. It's Dakota is with me. She's just off camera there. You can't see her. And then we have Amanda from season 1. She's off somewhere else on the boat. I don't know where she is. But we're sailing around here. We got the flotilla coming up this weekend, starting on Saturday. So we got on the boat about 5 days early. I got on Monday, 6 days early. And we've been sailing around, kind of testing out some spots. We're going to take everybody on the flotilla. It's beautiful down here. Great weather. It's about 80 degrees during the day. Cool down to close to 70 at night. And the water temperature, I wish it was a little warmer. It's about 80 degrees, but I mean, it's plenty good. It's just I prefer about 84, 85. But anyway, so I thought I might give you guys some information on what's going on with my boat and what I'm going to do. So the boat I'm having built is an Island Spirit 525. It's a sailing catamaran with electric motors, lots of lithium batteries. It's got 210 kilowatts of lithium batteries. It's going to be quite the machine. I'll show you some pictures of it right here. I'll kind of cycle through them here. 52 feet long. I really like it. It's got a nice big fly bridge on it. It's going to have 4,700 watts of solar. I like how it's got this seating area up front and then a door that walks through, kind of like a Bolly or a Leopard. It does have a slightly smaller trampoline than most boats, but I like having that extra space. I'm always kind of I lean towards more of comfort over speed on sailboats. And then, nice interior, the full-size refrigerator, a little island and all that, a door walking through, so you get lots of airflow. Looking back, all those little things slide open, so it kind of opens up from the galley into the aft salon or a cockpit and all that. And mine is actually going to be set up with a 3-cabin boat, so it's going to have 2 cabins and 2 heads on one side, and then on my side, the picture right now is the master cabin. So, a lot of space with a little divan and seating area in there and all that, and then nice big bathroom. And then instead of a 4th bedroom, I'm gonna do an office. So that'll be nice to have. So the originally they were talking hopefully getting it in the Annapolis Boat Show this year, and then they were hoping to get it in the Miami Boat Show in February. Well, it looks like neither one's going to happen because they're planning to roll it out of the factory in January. There's been some production delays with backlogs due to COVID still, like supplies, and mostly I think they said getting the people they needed to do all this stuff was harder than they said. But I'm actually heading to the boat in a few weeks, about less than 2 weeks now. We're flying to Thailand, going to go look at the boat. So it'll be mostly finished, so I'll have some good video and pictures for you there. And then, so anyway, they're hoping it'll roll off of the factory floor January, and then they have quite a few. It's serial number 1, right? So it's the first model of the boat. So, or first production. So they're going to do a lot of sea trials on it, a lot of testing and the systems and all that, because it's all brand new. It's never really been done before. There's some electric yachts out there, but not many. And this one is going to be a pretty nice one. So I'm looking forward to that. And then, so, a couple months of sea trials and running out and working out all the kinks and all that. And so then, you're looking at January to February to March. So end of March maybe is when they would ship it from Thailand to the United States. That's going to take a couple months, so I'm not going to get the boat to like June, July, something like that. So it is what it is. And then they're going to plan on debuting it at the Annapolis Boat Show next year. So I'll get to sail around this summer in it, and then bring it to the boat show, and then head down to the Caribbean and points wherever. So in the meantime, I'm kind of tired of hopping around on charter boats. It's fun to charter, but doing it all the time, having to travel with all my gear is a big pain. I have to carry 3 bags. I have to check a bag and a carry-on everywhere I go, dragging all that around, and it's all camera gear and Starlink and all that stuff, and it's just kind of a pain, and I'm kind of tired of it. So I'm going to do what I did this last summer and buy another boat to use. So then the summer, I bought a Jeanneau 37, a 2000... I think it was a 2001. I can't remember. Anyway, so and then sailed around Greece all summer in it, and then sold the boat. It's actually sold now. So what I'm going to do now is buy another. Actually, I've already got it under contract. So I am buying a boat to use in the Bahamas. I'll probably take it around into November into the Bahamas, maybe our 1st of December, and then go screaming around the Bahamas for a little bit. And I'm going to a motor yacht. So here it is. It is a 2001 SeaRay 340 Sundancer. So this one's been in really good condition. It's been well maintained, and I'll show you kind of more specs on it. I do like that it's got this full enclosure around it. I mean, you keep the bugs out, keep the sun out, inclement weather, and it's got air conditioning. I don't know how well it would work up in there, but you know, it's nice. Plus, then all the cockpit cushions have been redone. They're in excellent condition. Then there's new flooring in the cockpit and all that. I mean, it just looks great. It doesn't look like a 23-year-old boat. It's in great condition. And it does need a little bit of work on the interior. The carpet's a little bit old in a few places, but just in the one area. But so you can see this is looking forward. It has a V-berth forward with a queen-size bed, a little couch on the starboard side that folds down and can become another bunk if you'd like. And it has a small kitchenette and a refrigerator inside and outside, and then this is looking aft, so this is kind of like from the forward V berth looking aft. There in the back there is another little I guess you'd call that a bedroom or a seating area or whatever you want. You can that folds into a bed, and it's got like a screen that you can close to get make it another berth there, and it does have one small head, kind of a wet head, the shower and toilet and everything in one. And yeah, a small kitchenette with an electric burner and all that, and a microwave and all that. It's in really good condition, looks in great shape. And so there's the picture over there. So I'll give you some more of the technical specs on it. Here we go. Let me see. Oop, no, it's not what I meant to do. I want to go. So right there. Okay, manufacturer. It's a SeaRay 340 2001 Express Cruiser. It's in Palmetto, Florida. It's 34 feet long, 11 and a half feet wide, and has a draft of 3 feet, which is really great. You can bring that up, I'm sure, bring the motors up, and you get less draft. So in the Bahamas, that lets you get into a lot of places that you wouldn't normally get into. And kind of nice thing is 2 7.4-liter Mercruiser engines, but they only have 56 hours on them. They were just rebuilt, or brand new, I believe. I don't know if they were new ones or rebuilt, but anyway, only 56 hours on them, 320 horsepower each, which is great because that's going to give me some real speed there. Then holds 225 gallons of fuel. It's gasoline. Oh, guy lost his hat. There's a guy coming by, lost his hat. Oh, did you get it? You got it. All right. And then only 30 gallons of fresh water, right? So you're only going to be able to go for 3 or 4 days, without stopping in a marina or something. But so both the Mercruisers have been replaced. Only 56 hours in it. Has a new 4.5 kilowatt generator. It's gas powered. All the canvas is new, and then it's got like that enclosure, which is great. All the cockpit cushions have been replaced. All new bamboo carpet inside, except for the one area in the back. It's got a Raymarine chart plotter. New battery charger. What else has it got on it? So vacuum flush toilet, that's okay. I would rather have a traditional toilet. Those vacuum flushes, they kind of go out a lot. But it does have an AC/DC refrigerator inside, and it has one in the cockpit area as well. It's pretty well set up. It has air conditioning with reverse cycle heat. It's in pretty good condition, and has a lot of features and everything. And so the reason I'm buying this is because this boat with those 7.4, 320 horsepower, man, it'll do 25 knots cruising speed. And so you think about it, you're cruising around the Bahamas, you want to get somewhere quick. So what would normally take you 4 or 5 hours takes you an hour. And so what I'm going to do, and so the boat's I'm only paying $57,000 for it. So what I'm trying to do with this is show that you can take 3 or 4 months off and buy a cheap boat, and take a sabbatical and just go cruise around the Bahamas. And in a little express cruiser like this, you can get everywhere and see everything, right? Because you can get there fast. You want to go from Staniel Key down to Georgetown, it's an hour or 2 hours tops. Whereas on a sailboat, it would take all day. And so you can go around and see all these things, and it's big enough to live in, but it's also small enough that it's not very expensive at marinas, right? You take a 45-foot, 50-foot cat into a marina, you're paying double. So if it's, you're paying a lot of money for that. Anywhere down in the Bahamas, like a cheap marina is like $5 a foot. And then it's a time and a half on a cat. So they increase the price on it. So if you got a 50-foot cat, at $5 a foot, you're at $250 plus it. They do a time and a half, so you're at like $375. Whereas this boat is only 34 feet, so it's only $150 a night at a marina. Or you can just anchor out or get a mooring ball, even better, and then go get an Airbnb for a couple nights in Staniel Key or something like that. And then you're just getting around fast. So my plan is to basically so go to the boat after Thanksgiving, get on the boat, and it's on the west coast of Florida. So then I'd have to sail down to the Keys, probably hit Key West, go through the Florida Keys, over to Miami, and then cross over to the Bahamas. I'll have to find somewhere to keep the boat while I go home for Christmas. So I'm thinking maybe Nassau. There's plenty of marinas there. They aren't too crazy expensive. And leave the boat probably for a month while I go home for Christmas, and then hop in the RV to film a little bit for Glamping Doodles. And then back to the boat, mid to late January. And so from Nassau, then hit the Exumas, and wherever I want to go down the Exumas, maybe go through the Exumas, come back up through the Eleutheras and the Abacos, and then I'll sell the boat, I don't know, sometime March or April, hopefully get what I paid for it, or pretty close. That's basically what I did with the boat in Greece. And then, I don't know, so you're on the East Coast, you want to buy this thing, go cruise around the summer in the Bahamas, like, tell me where to bring it, and let's make a deal. But anyway, it's a cool boat. I'm looking forward to it. So, that's kind of the plan for now. And then the new boat should be delivered hopefully May or June of this next summer, and probably cruise around the Northeast for a while because, it's hurricane season, right? So up in the Chesapeake, maybe up to Maine or something like that in it. And it'd be kind of nice, kind of a little shakedown cruise because, if you cruise around the East Coast of the U.S. for 3 or 4 months, there's marine stores everywhere. You can always get work done and plus I can stock up on the proper spares and all that stuff while I'm doing it. And so that'd be a good cruising ground. And then, the boat will be at the Annapolis Boat Show in October. I'm sure it'll be a nice big release. And then after the boat show, like November 1st, head down to the Caribbean, probably take part in the Salty Dog Rally that leaves from like Hampton, Virginia, and goes down to the BVI or wherever, and then do a lap around the Caribbean, and then from there, who knows? I really don't know. I might cross the Pacific at that point in like 2026, or I don't know, maybe just do another lap around the Caribbean, or who knows? It's up in the air. But so you can check out the Island Spirit. So Navigar is the salespeople for Island Spirit. It's Island Spirit 525. If you do inquire about the Island Spirit 525, I really would appreciate it if you would say that you heard about it on Sailing Doodles, because obviously we get a referral fee on it, and it makes a pretty big difference. And so, just please make sure you tell them that that's where you heard about the boat. I'll put a link down in the description for this, or I'm sure you can just Google Island Spirit 525 and get more information on it. You can either do the electric version, it's the 525E for the electric version, or you can do it's a little bit cheaper if you just want to do traditional diesel engines. It's about $100,000 cheaper because it's the batteries that are the most expensive. And although I think in the long term it's probably, well, it's hard to say. Because in 10 years you'll need to replace the batteries, but maybe in 10 years batteries are super cheap. So that's kind of thing. But the electric motors are super cheap, and they're easy to. There's no maintenance, right? You don't have to do oil changes on them. You just got to keep them dry, and that shouldn't be a problem. And if you do, they're not very expensive to replace. They're basically kind of like I don't know, like forklift motors. But so I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to seeing it. We're flying out to Thailand in a couple weeks. So that is the status update on the new boat. So if you're just listening to this, you can find the podcast on YouTube, so you can get more visual pictures of the boat and all that stuff. So I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's going to be a fun time. Leave us a comment down below. What do you think? Are you looking forward to the videos, or what are you doing? So, all right, guys, would you like to say goodbye, Dakota?
Hi, and goodbye.
All right. All right, guys, see you later.